Day number 2 here of the Call of Duty World League Pro Division in North America. Matt and I still hanging out in sunny 75-degree Los Angeles, California.
I actually don't even know if it's sunny or if it's nice out because I have not seen outside of these 4 walls in a very long time. I think we're actually going to go.
It could actually be snowing outside.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's probably not the case.
But all right, let's get into our last matchup.
I moved here under the premise that it would never snow.
It's true. It's true. I can't drive in the snow. Yeah. But no, when we take a look at this, we've had amazing matches. Just a quick recap for you guys when we talk about what's been going on before. Really the last series. That's why props to TK for getting that W. Yep. But let's take a look at the next series. It's going to be question mark going up against Rise Nation. This one has potential to be a great matchup as well. I know we've had a lot of really close games today. Let's start things off talking about question mark, though. This team, you know, kind of a rough road to get here, some back and forth. We didn't know if maybe there were going to be some team changes. Proofy, you know, he was
They get a win yesterday.
They do. They get the win yesterday. Are they able to continue? Are they going to start 2-0?
I don't think so. You got Pac-Man, Colchan, Proofy, and Wheats. I think very talented players. You know, Pac-Man, Wheats been around forever. Proofy very good with the AR.
Well, let's start with Colchan,
the X Factor
though.
for me. This guy, I don't want to say he's new on the scene. Like, he's been around for a few years now, but really getting his best shot at the top competition.
He impressed me.
He's been taking full advantage of it. He's been great.
One of the most impressive players for me at the qualifier. I was playing very well. One of the few players actually used the Sparrow. I don't know if he's still really doing it, but he was at the LAN qualifier, really using it to great effect. Young player, incredibly talented, great slayer, really smart player as well. Interested to see what he can do in this one. But let's take a look at the other side, the juggernaut that is Rise Nation. They started out this year, again, winning that Totino's event. They've been on fire ever since. They're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. I know they lost their first match, but that again might be the best one we've had. Outside of the Optic Gaming series we just had versus Elevate, that was one of the best series we've had thus far.
Oh, without a doubt. Octane, Classic, Looney, and Slack, 4 amazing players. Now, all of them versatile. They can all run the AR, all can run the SMG. That's what I love about this team. Slack, player who's been around for a while, now turns 18, gets a shot at COD champs. You know, Black Ops 2 is really good on that Unite team with Clay. It's Clay and 3 young guns. These guys not old enough to play at the big stage. Now Slack, all grown up. He's a big boy. He's able to compete. Yeah. I'm excited to see him play throughout all this year.
No, Slack has impressed me time and time again, just at events when he's able to really, I mean, AW, he was a fantastic S&D player. Yep. Well, really all-around solid player. I'm thinking back to X Games, really, in Austin, where he had a fantastic tournament, playing really well.
He always plays pretty well at events. Like, him in Classic, part of that MW squad, you know, in Ghost,
they got second at Season 3,
a lot of, like, top 4 performances. These guys always around that, you know, top 4, playing for a spot in the finals at these LAN events. So excited to see those guys back together.
Couldn't agree more.
Had a great, Looney and Octane really had like breakout years last year. You knew of Looney, but last year he really came into his own. Octane's second part of last year cemented himself as one of the best ARs in Call of Duty. Excited to see this team play.
Yeah, I think Octane, Looney, I think all these guys just have been on teams where they've kind of been the lead slayers for their squad, kind of looking for that team to come together. It's going to propel them really into that top 2, top 3. Now I think they have that right now. This Rise Nation team is stacked. Now, when we're looking forward here to the Band Protect for Game 1, talking about Hardpoint, do you expect from either of these teams, you know, we've seen teams sometimes target Proofy, go after the Reflex, go after his M8. How do you think Rise Nation wants to go at this one?
I think that's probably where they go. They attack Proofy, attack that M8.
Okay.
If they're able to throw him off his game a little bit, definitely takes him out of it. And he's the big name slayer for that question mark roster. You see the Vesper's going to go right away. Octane getting rid of it. Colchan taking his time, though.
Not surprised to see the Vesper
go. Wonder what he gets rid of. Question mark is a team that, quite frankly, they probably haven't played too much together. They're just kind of...
Well, Flashbang's going to be the first to go. Colchan's going to take that out of the mix. I mean, I got to assume Concussion might be, if you're going to take off Flashbang,
you might as well get rid of Stuns. I mean, there's really no reason to.
Start to target that. I wonder if we'll see Afterburner attacked at all. It's one we've seen. So what we've seen, I'm trying to think of the most targeted things outside of the normal ones. The Shiva was attacked pretty hard or protected.
The Argus against
today.
Elevate.
Argus, Afterburner being attacked as well.
The Argus yet again.
Argus going to be taken out by Pac-Man. They're going to have High Caliber as well. That's one of the more standard ones you're going to see pretty much knocked out every game. I don't know if High Caliber snuck into any of these, to be honest.
And VMP is going to go out at the hands of Proofy, so you're probably going to see a lot of the CUDA. You were talking about it, a lot of the meta. Now you're seeing the VMP gone, a lot of CUDA play going to come in.
Could use a ton. Yep. And this is, I understand that from Proofy. And really, well, I think Pac-Man, Proofy, God, Wheats, I think all of these guys probably feel more comfortable with an AR in their hand.
Probably Colchan more with a sub.
But this is a very, the most sub-heavy map, really, when you're
Wheats
talking
with a sub as well is very good. And
okay.
All right. Well, the Pharaoh, this comes in. Do we see a Pharaoh ban?
And I know I've seen Classic play a ton.
Oh.
I'm not shocked to see that at all. And let me tell you, I can't guarantee he's going to go off, but I've seen Classic play with the Pharaoh, and he just absolutely
really good
dominates. So that changes things. Because for me, the Vesper and the VMP bands,
and then you get rid of the stuns. I mean,
those bands don't matter at all. They don't matter at all for me anymore.
Oh, once Rapid Fire Pharaoh's in, the Vesper band makes. Yeah, the Vesper still.
It's still good, but like Pharaoh with Rapid Fire can hang with just about any sub.
Yeah, I think once you protect those two, you saw how fast Classic was to protect that Pharaoh after they got the Rapid Fire protect as well. And it's interesting. I would say, maybe 95% of the things during Ban and Protect are banned. You see 2 protects from one team, something we don't see often. You're going to see Octane with the Scythe, Purifier from Slack. Then on the other side, for question mark, Annihilator out of Pac-Man Proofy with the Scythe. A mirror image of each other in this one.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
And again, I think it comes down to a little bit our teams. Is there kind of a set 6 or 7 things sometimes team want to use? Sure. But it's also like you see somebody pick something on the other team and like, oh, we should have that as well. I think that kind of happens a little bit of that.
That's why you see one trail another, right? It's like somebody goes Annihilator on one team, the next guy on the other team goes Annihilator as well. They just try and match. But
actually, it's not completely a mirror because you have the Annihilator. So what's the difference? Purifier.
Oh, actually, yeah,
Sorry,
Purifier.
Annihilator and Purifier.
Sorry, I don't know why I didn't catch that. But Slacked with the Purifier playing in and around hills. I like it. We haven't seen it being used effectively yet.
Yeah, we've seen it used, just not effectively.
I think there are ways to use it. We've talked about it. We saw, was it Chino in this one use it? Oh, no, Sender. Sender did a nice job of it on the second hard point on this map.
And he didn't even get a lot of kills. It was more that he just
deterred
sat
the other
there.
team.
Exactly. There's just this wall of fire waving in front of a doorway. It's like, should I run through that wall of fire and see if I make it out the other side?
You're not wearing a fire blanket. I actually don't think you can run through fire wearing a fire blanket
David
as well.
Vonderhaar, I just heard Mr. X request a fire blanket as a perk.
I did not request that whatsoever.
What do you mean? It'd be a flak jacket. It'd be a perk 1. You would not be affected by heat wave or the Purifier. I think I just thought of the next great thing for Black Ops 3. It's called the fire blanket. It's going to look like a blanket that's fireproof.
Well, I hope
I
hope a fire blanket looks like a fireproof blanket.
I think it'd be awesome.
Similar to a poncho.
Heat wave doesn't affect
you. A poncho is a poncho. A blanket is a blanket.
It's a poncho
distinctly different things.
No, but it has some sort of lubricant that goes on it and protects you from fire.
I'm not sure there's lubricant that protects you from fire.
Lubricant's probably flammable.
All right, well, I think we've kind of exhausted everything we can talk about in regards to fire.
I want a fire blanket.
I got Rise Nation in this series. I'm going to make my prediction before you.
Yeah.
I think it's a 3-0, 3-1 series for Rise. They get back on track.
I think this is one where Rise is definitely going to be in control from start to finish.
You just copied me on all your predictions.
Hey, no, let's slow down. I thought they were going to do it with FaZe. They dropped game number 1. I think they're going to be even more determined tonight, more pressure on these guys. You can't win the first. I mean, Totino's is the only LAN we've had where it's actually been best of the best going up against each other to find a winner. Because, again, the qualifier was really just to get the qualified teams, start the league. Now that you have this league starting, you don't want to start 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. If you Rise, you expect to get out the gates running. You had a tough matchup with FaZe. I think they're going to come out and try to smash question mark.
If I was a team, I definitely would want to start out 0-2.
Listen, I'm the John Madden of Call of Duty esports.
It's like, no, if you're going to play this season, you shouldn't. You should win some games.
It's 1st and 10. You need 10 yards.
Yeah, you should probably get 10 yards this one. Anyway, we're about to jump into game number 1. It's all loaded up. Question mark going up against Rise Nation. Final match of the night. We've had a lot of fun.
Yes, it's been a wild day, finally, to the final match. Let's kick things off. You see Pac-Man going to be running the M8. Proofy, I wouldn't be surprised to see him as well with one, but he's actually going to have the Pharaoh in hand. So let's see how many Pharaohs. I feel like this is a gun that's got to feel more comfortable for a player that likes to use burst rifles, right? It has that burst mechanic. It has a little more range to it. I want to check Classic, though, but I've talked about how solid he can be with this. He's going to have a Pharaoh as well. Not surprising whatsoever. The kid is an absolute monster with this thing. His teammates killing everything in front of him. He has just been spraying around trying to find someone to shoot at. It's Looney starting off hot, 3-1, 2 streaks to go. Looney, the monster, can he keep it rolling?
So it seems like the Pharaoh's going to be the SMG of choice for everybody in the game. As soon as you see rapid fire allowed, pretty much outclasses the Kuda in every way. Pac-Man picking up 2 with the AR. He's going to open up some hill time for the rest of his team. And question mark getting out to a good start here. Obviously, they lose that first map to Elevate yesterday.
Good spawn for Pac-Man.
Goes on, Elevate can't complete the series, but
the rest of his team died.
I think this could be a series that, then maybe they make it close. I still think Rise wins, but look at the spawns coming in. Pac-Man outclasses Octane right there. That's that experience.
Well, he got that spawn in the back corner.
Forever.
He waits. He doesn't shoot at that first person right up the steps because he's like, oh god, I need to help my team spawn back here. They get the split. That almost becomes just as beneficial because now they really have to worry about either side. They still know Pac-Man's back here. If he can get one kill, he might be able to get a spawn here, but his teammates have gone ahead and take the hard point. They've done a good job breaking in. It's now going to be on Proofy dealing with this as Pac-Man's going to fall. Nice shots there with the Pharaoh. He's got one more outside. That player actually went wall run. It's going to be up to another player to deal with that. It's going to be Colchan inside that's going to be able to pick up too.
And traditionally, you've seen Proofy be an anchor, but it seems like for at least the way this is going right now, he's going to be in and around the hill with the Pharaoh. You're going to have Pac-Man playing outside the hills, trying to fight for those anchor positions. So it's going to be Wheats, Cole, and Proofy in and around the hill with the SMGs. Pac-Man trying to play for those anchor positions. I think we actually saw a Shiva picked up. So somebody actually going to be running the Shiva on one of these teams. I bet you it's probably somebody on Rise running that.
Well, let's take a look over to the other side now, Matt. Let's go to Rise. We're going to see them trying to hold this corner hard point. Can be so dominant, able to take up a lot of time. You see the range of the Pharaoh there. You see it can do it close as well. Looney with a 2-piece, going to get picked up from behind. It's going to be question mark now in. They've got the break, they've got the corner hold and spawn, but there's still two players in the back. Proofy and Colchan able to pick up both those guys.
Yeah, and Octane was running the Pharaoh for a little bit as well. So a lot what we saw with Optic Gaming, that 4-sub lineup, but he's going to switch over to the M8. That's his gun of choice. One of the best ARs in Call of Duty. You see it wide, just ripping domes off, able to pick off that player at range with Proofy, put some shots down, and another player trying to push out. But at Pac-Man, no, doing a nice job. 7 and 10, not winning most of his engagements, but the important ones. We saw him pick up those kills for the anchor position. This hill not going to be controlled by question mark as the anchor spot, and it's going to be all the time going for Rise. And you're seeing they're going to give up that time to question mark, and it's a good play.
Well, think about that spawn he got before the second hard point. I mean, he only got one kill out of that, but he provided such a distraction and just an irritation, thinking that he could push from that side, thinking that maybe he could spawn his teammates from that side, that he forced the players to really change up what they were doing inside of the hard point. So really being effective, despite the fact he wasn't putting up big kills.
A ton of shots right there.
And he's been crushing too. He's 15 and 9, so he's having a good game, but his shot's a little bit off, so Looney doesn't miss, unfortunately, coming up with some big misses there.
Yeah, no, you're going to see trying to push through the middle is Looney. On this hard point, I feel like you want to pick up some kills in the front half of it or behind, whichever side you're attacking from, then having another player come down those mid steps definitely cause some chaos. Octane at long range, though, picking up two, flies into the hard point, puts down some shots. It's going to be classic finishing that kill off. You're going to see Proofy dart into the hill. This is weird seeing Proofy play that much in and around the hill. I mean, when was the last time we saw that?
I couldn't even tell you. Just seeing a sub in his hand. But that's why I think he's okay with this. I mean, he doesn't mind really running. It was the protects came in from the side of Rise as well, but something like that is going to favor players that enjoy ARs as well. So I think that kind of works out okay for the side of question mark. And so far, you can see it's working out very well. They've got a small lead. It's basically a tie game, but they still got control. You see a scythe here in the hand of Proofy. Can he keep it rolling? Able to grab one. There was one top to his right, one down to his left. He's hopping around. They're ring around the rosy right now, just cannot find this player, but he's still got some shots in the clip, and he is absolutely going to demolish Classic. Can he keep going?
He's 75 off of a car.
Right down below. Should get this as well. Nice shots from Proof.
Nice shots, yep. Playing smart as well. You know, a lot of the times we've seen Proof, you know, he'll dart into the hill, you know, won't make some great plays on the anchor, but right there waiting for his teammates. They pick up some kills. He's able to just follow them up with easy kills of his own, get in, pick up that HCXD, checking that corner spot yet again. Different spot, though, and as we're giving so much props to question mark, is Rise taking the lead. And you see the class that Looney is rocking now. I love this setup.
You take a look, he's going to have, what was that, long barrel, quick draw, rapid fire. The 3 attachments going in that. And again, perk 1 greed becoming more and more common as you have afterburner and overclock. See if anyone else on his team is running something similar. You have flak jacket for Octane. You have Slacked also going to be rocking. As he's able to stay alive. Can he get the Rapskis? He's coming around. Just try. No.
It's like, what was he trying to get to?
I have no idea. He was having far too much fun.
I'm going to see Classic running a similar. So he actually go back onto his Pharaoh. He's still running the same Pharaoh setup, and you see he actually crushes with this gun. And it's going to be grip, quick draw, rapid fire.
I'll go back to him. I talked about how dominant he is with the Pharaoh. He's 24 and 17. I mean, he's demolishing right now. They've really started to pull away as soon as he heated up. You'll see still going to have Heat Wave going, and that overclock's going to allow him to get Heat Wave so quickly. You saw Sharp doing that for TK earlier today on the same map.
And just when we go on with Octane, this is the third different AR we've seen him run on this map. So we've seen a Shiva from him, we've seen an M8, now using the Man of War. This guy can do it all, just trying to get comfortable with one of these assault rifles. And
well, it's hard on this map sometimes because you get caught in between, I guess, where a burst rifle will make sense sometimes, but you get in that like mid-range engagement where you kind of wish you had an auto, then you wish you had a burst. That's why I think you see players kind of switch back and forth a lot on a map like this, because it's kind of frustrating.
Well, hill by hill, it changes so drastically.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the first hill, if you play with an AR from range, you can get away with a burst rifle. On a hill like this, when there's going to be constant pressure from SMG players in your face, definitely want something more fully automatic like a Man of War.
And it's going to say customized, but it's safe to assume. I mean, he's going to have definitely, well,
long
obviously
barrel.
He's got the reflex long barrel, and then it's going to have rapid fire as well. So that's what makes this even better. I mean, the two guns that I think become the most, I guess, the increase the best, something like the Pharaoh and Man of War are two that jump to mind. I mean, I know it helps the M8 quite a bit, but the Man of War is the one definitely with that powerful slow shot. When you give that rapid fire, it really can just become a cannon.
Has a little bit of a kick to it. I mean, a lot of players run grip on it. Octane's got grip on his right now. I actually don't think he's going to be running rapid fire.
I got to see him take shots with it again. You would think if he's going to use it, rapid fire is available.
Yeah, rapid fire is available.
Why would you use Man of War without it? Exactly.
But it's going to be Rise pulling away. This was a close game, and then out of nowhere, they just started to break this one open. Really, I think
Looney's going nuts. He's 35-16 on a 6 streak right now. It's been hit. It's been the classic.
After you said he didn't miss, he has started to not miss. Yeah.
You know, Looney, you got the stream open. You're listening to my elegant voice describe your gameplay.
It's the guy I take that offensive.
Yeah, starting to pick it up. He's demolishing right now. Look at this challenge he's trying to do. Almost able to win that, but he is going to get taken out by Proofy. Let's stick with Looney for a bit because he's been a man on a mission throughout the second half of this one, and they are very close, just blowing the doors open and closing this game out. They're only 18 points away right now.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of HCXD use. You know, Slacked in the kill feed picking up 1. We've seen Looney pick up 2 or 3 kills with it as well. He's going to wrap all the way around, try and get towards this central hard point first. Should be able to, oh, there's another player coming in from question mark, able to contest it. He's going to win both gunfights, has the kinetic armor.
No, don't do it to him! Looney, no way. You freak. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, my God.
There's another one to the left. Can he get him as well? There's flames everywhere. He's managing to stay alive. He was on a 6 streak before. Now he's on a 5 streak. He's 40-17. This is unbelievable stuff. 3 points away, and he shuts down another one. He ends the game on full streaks. He had potential. I mean, good thing that game didn't go any longer. He would have been 50+. He used all these streaks.
That was sick. He picks up the 3-piece, pops his kinetic, grabs another one, somehow dodges the flames of the Purifier, picks up another one in the final kill cam. Looney just absolutely going off here in the second half of that game. Just
Looney, I apologize for questioning your aim. You had suspect shots a little bit earlier. I was not impressed.
It was one time.
I was very, very impressed from the final 5 minutes of the game. Now, he puts on a monster performance. Because, okay, if you see, we saw Facento put up a similar game, like a 40-17 type game. But that was on French Hardpoint with an M8. I guess not that it's easy, but I guess I get that more. It's a little bit easier to do that than having a sub on a map like Evac and putting up those kind of numbers is ridiculous in my eyes. That's what, nuts.
Well, we'll take a look at the score, but I think he finishes the highest hill time on the team and most kills. So, I mean, the guy just absolutely shreds game number 1. But, I mean, you know, you had a good start by question mark, some good stuff out of Proofy, some good stuff out of Pac-Man, just not enough. And we can take a look at
pull
the
those
scoreboard.
up on your end. I got to get the team switched. You know, it's my one job.
41-17 for Looney. You had 33 kills at a classic as well. Over a minute for everybody in the hard point.
That's
on the side
objective by committee, right?
Yeah, on the side of Rise Nation. Then look at the side of question mark. Waits struggled a little bit. 19-33, only 37 seconds in the hill. 10 defends, though, getting a lot of his kills in and around the hard point. Pac-Man 24-30. Most kills on the team, doing a nice job playing for those anchor positions, just not enough. And we'll see some highlights. Definitely going to be a lot of classic and a lot of Looney.
Take a look here. It's Cold Channel. We'll switch over to Octane. You know, you talked about the fact that he can just hit heads. He almost takes a second player there in the back. Just incredibly accurate shots coming from the side. And this is, I can't wait till we get to that final bit here with Looney. And this is the bit with Proofy where he's playing Ring Around the Rosie to a degree. Yeah. Able to go on a streak of his own. I think with a 3 or 4 streak that he picked up. And this is where Looney starts going nuts. He's, what, 35-17 now. He has just 1 kill to this streak.
This was nutty.
This is where he goes crazy.
Yeah, so he gets
There's 2. There's 3. I mean, that second gunfight win is incredible.
So then he just puts his gun straight down that guy's throat.
He hadn't even popped kinetic. Now he hits it.
He gets kinetic. Somehow dodges the flames. Teammate picks it up. and then he's able to get this one in the final kill cam. So just an unreal little spree right there by Lunita in that one. Question mark.
I joined your game, which helps us not at all because you're by yourself. Let's get in the other game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, to get into their games, be able to cast them. Don't know which lobby they're in. Oh,
I'm going to stop until we get an invite because I've just joined a bunch of rooms. Everyone's like in
separate
lobbies.
You just saw a room where everybody was in it.
No, there aren't. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. There's like 5 different lobbies people are in. I'll wait for the invite.
Yep.
Okay, so just waiting for the party to get set up here with all the guys as we're going to hop into the S&D. We've had some wild S&D. Stronghold, again, one of my favorite maps to play.
Is there anything question mark can do to gain an advantage?
The big thing is going to be M8 play here. Shiva play potentially, but more so the M8, I think. I want to say maybe affect the M. I feel like going after the M8 hurts your team more than it helps it, though. I don't know what you could do. We've talked about the fact that Rise is one of the most versatile teams. So that's by being versatile, that's what's difficult is to attack them and ban protect.
Do you see maybe something with the Vesper, like a protect? We see the guys sometimes on Rise Nation like to use the Vesper a little bit. I think we might see something with the Vesper, whether it's a protect, maybe we see a Pharaoh again, because you figure the guys on question mark are going to try and ban that Pharaoh out. They ban the Pharaoh out, I think you're able to, protect that Vesper somehow.
Yeah, certainly is. And I think I'm getting the call that I may know which one to join here. Let's take a look.
Oh, you may know which one to join.
I'm trying to get in. I'm trying my darndest, Matt, I promise you. If I get not joinable again, I'm going to
probably do what I just did.
Yeah, I'm going to restart the game here.
Yeah. But just connecting back into the lobby. You're just joining us, Rise up 1-0 against question mark. This is a series I can see going pretty quick.
I mean, if there was one series that I thought could have potentially been a 3-0 tonight, this is definitely the one. Just because Rise, I know they lost really last night, but this is the one I think that they have the most potential here to just kind of close this out, especially if they win the S&D. If they win the S&D, I think this one's toast for sure.
I got to think they win the uplink if they win the Search and Destroy. I got to think they put it away there.
Who are you looking for from question mark to really go off? Maybe carry them through an S&D, maybe a big game?
Oh, an S&D, I mean, you look at like Pac and Wheats.
Pac-Man's had some good games.
I think you need Wheats to start playing, like we've seen him play in the past. I think if he has more games, especially on Respawn like that first one, it's not going to be pretty for question mark.
All right, just checking real quick if I'm able to join the lobby. And I was able to get in ultimately. Let's check everything here, make sure we got it all right. Switch over to Codcaster, check our teams. And if I could just get confirmation real quick, well, let me just check myself. We should have, what, CDP here for question
double check,
mark.
Clint.
I'm making sure. Yep, we're good to go.
You are on top of your game today.
Hey, yesterday, the teams that goofed up a couple times, it's been flawless today. You know what you call it? It's called practice. It's called dedication. I stayed up late last night studying.
Doing what?
No, I went to bed. As soon as we got out of here, I swear to God, I got home, I brushed my teeth, washed my face. I was asleep within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I ate, Skype Chelsea.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, I was knocked out.
We haven't casted as much in a while. Even when you're at an event, typically you think about casting. Is it all day? Sometimes we had like 12 or 14-hour days during the qualifier. But at times you get some breaks. There's some downtime. With these online matches, man, it's bang, 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 bang. You got to get through them. They're a little bit slower sometimes. Because it's online, there can be some technical difficulties. But it's a blast, man. The ones we've had to start the day today have been nuts.
Yeah, I don't mind staying all night when we have great matches.
Yep, we'll keep them going. Let's hope this one potentially goes a little further than we expect. We're both kind of thinking 3-0, 3-1 right now for Rise Nation. But Pac-Man, I love you. You're a good buddy of mine. You've trained me in the ways of S&D very much over the past couple of weeks. I have faith in you. You can take this game too.
How much faith? Who you got in game 2?
I have a lot of faith.
Who do you got in game 2?
Rise Nation.
Yeah, it's like, Pac-Man, you're the best.
Sorry.
But I'm going to take
Sorry, buddy. He's going to send me a mean text later for that one. But we should be ready to kick this one off in just a couple of seconds here. I believe we have everyone in the lobby probably just confirming everybody's ready to go here, and we will kick off Stronghold S&D. And then taking a look at this, I just want to see, I'm curious, I was looking at the questions we had with regards to Twitter, kind of talking about, you're picking best team in S&D, best players, best matchup. I'm interested to look back at those and see some of the responses we got. It's hard. Listen, I'm a Twitter fiend, I'll be honest. I stay up all night. Well, late. I get in bed at midnight. Next thing I know, it's 2 in the morning, and I've just been on Twitter, really just
they say that's
refreshing
the worst
my timeline.
You can go to the screen, but they're banned protect. But they say that's like the worst thing when you're trying to fall asleep. Cell phone use.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it absolutely is. But it's hard. We've been so busy with these casts. past, I haven't been able to keep up with all the responses, you know, as far as everyone's interactions with the game. So as soon as I'm done, I promise I'll be checking it out. But early, it is going to be a ban from Proofy of the Vesper, Octane knocking out Overkill. Now, remember, I think we had Overkill and Vesper available in the match earlier, so it's going to be very, very different here.
Thermal's going to go via Colchan, so worried about those thermal snipers.
Octane can be
classic as well, pretty good sniper in its own right. So, see, as this goes forward, okay, so there's a rapid fire ban from Wheat, so the Pharaoh kind of pointless to look at.
No more Pharaoh. Yeah, we did not like the Pharaoh. And that was great, though. Let's talk about Rise Nation, though, the last ban Protect. They got targeted a bit with some of the subs.
That's the first time we've seen a team use Protects to their advantage, like really to their advantage.
And you got to think the two guys that were using it, one went +8, one went +23 or something like that. So both of them going off. You'll see flashbangs and concussions both being knocked out, one by either team.
Let's get rid of maybe Camo, Overdrive maybe?
Sorry, both by Rise. Sorry.
Oh, Kinetic. Yeah, figured one of those 3 popular abilities was going to go.
All right, let's get to the specialist draft. We've seen pretty much entirely, I mean, it's been all abilities really for S&D. Vision Pulse we saw used effectively earlier today by Chino. I think Neslo had to play with it as well. Surprising to see both players take Vision Pulse first, though. That's one usually makes its way down the list a little bit.
Yeah, it's like towards the end, like person who picks last, it's always like, oh,
yeah, I'll take the Vision Pulse.
I guess I'll use Vision Pulse.
Active Camo, we've seen a bunch of big plays. Interesting to see how Colchan can use that to potentially break into Mansion. Overdrive, we've seen it's been hit or miss in these series.
Linear Slack will go Heat Wave, and then you figure you get an active, right?
Active, I don't think we're going to see a glitch, or maybe Psychosis, but probably
they're probably
not.
Deciding between active and Heat Wave. Yep, so he's going to go Heat Wave. I think it should be. And then on the side of question mark, what do you think comes out of Pac-Man?
Overdrive or Psychosis, one of the two, I got to think.
Yep, just waiting for Pac-Man to come in, but definitely think it's going to be Psychosis. Yep, so what's the only difference between the two is Overdrive or Psychosis? We can have that good old debate.
I think this
Overdrive, I think, is much more effective on this map.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends. Like, can you get?
Like, I like Psychosis on Breach.
Overdrive needs to be a kill. Psychosis at least can be used more for scouting. I guess Overdrive does too, depending on what spot you can get to. But I feel like we saw at Overdrive earlier with Balefire, that was practically wasted. It wasn't his fault. He just kind of guessed wrong on which side to go. But if you try to hit a spot, let's say the problem is if you're on defense and you try to use it, you're kind of guessing because you don't know if they're going to go towards A or B.
What if you use it on defense? Well, let's just talk this map specifically. If you use it on defense and you go bunker, you can probably
you're going to be, let's say you're on, so your defense, you go bunker. You're going to be soaring out, but they could be set up on one of the rocks basically with an AR just waiting for you is the problem.
Can you get by that far left rock and into that middle area?
I don't think so. Not before they're there set up.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's like, you're talking like 3 G slides away, basically. You're getting there before the Overdrive player does, I think.
So
now, this is me completely just kind of doing this in my head, but I'm pretty sure you'd be set up there to deal with it.
You can get up to that half-wall area onto the defense pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. You'd be there quickly.
Like, you can sit in that corner,
very rarely
almost like that contest spot by rock.
Yeah.
Well, you can see if the guy's going to go to the contest spot, look over at the B-bomb
I feel like more often than not, you're going to probably use it, well, at least on offense, you use it to probably hit top bedroom, hit bottom mansion. On defense,
hit bottom mansion through the mid is a good spot to use it.
True, yeah. There's a lot of different spots. Overdrive can be used amazingly. It's just whether on defense, I feel like you're kind of guessing which side they're going to go to some degree. At least on offense, you kind of know where teams are set up for the most part. Like, the spots teams hang out in mansion. Usually, behind couch, behind bar, or behind the table. Like, there's kind of spots you're going to see people set up for the most part.
I think even combined with a Vision Pulse use, it would be quite nice.
If you get in range, you get somebody up to. The question is, how do you get in range to actually call those out? Is the problem?
Well, if you're like in the middle of snow and the guy is overdriving in front of you, you can call out a guy top bedroom.
But by the time he's in,
you can call a guy out bottom bar.
But you hit Vision Pulse, and that's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
People light up. You have to kind of like wait for it to go out, and then it tags.
Well, let's say you pop Vision Pulse and you notice that the wall run is completely open. That guy hits it with overdrive right away, gets up into that top mansion.
Dude,
potentially could be a good play.
You're so meta. So meta, Matt. All right.
Never say that again.
Let's hop into game 2. Yep. Rise Nation, can they push this out to 2-0 lead, or is question mark going to be able to climb back in this one? The answer to my question has pretty much been climb back in to this one every series. No one's been able to really kind of just
put a team away.
Someone 3-0. TK, props to them. They had the 3-1 today with that ridiculous CTF game. It was like the slowest CTF game of all time, and then TK clutches up at the end. But let's go over to the offense. Let's switch things up. I'm going to go with Looney, just because he's coming off a monster game. He's going to be rocking the VMP, and there you go, perk 1 greed. We've been talking about it being more and more important. He used the speed to get set up. Now he's going to be switching over to an M8. Still going to have.
He's got no dead silence. So this is what you were talking about a little bit before. Sometimes the players opt to have no dead silence on, search and destroy.
Everybody does but Looney.
We see it a lot in online tournaments. Players stop
Looney has it. Who opted for no dead silence?
Looney didn't have it for a little bit.
He might have when he switched his class.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he went from perk 1 to perk 3. Why didn't that update right away? Oh, it might just taken a second to register. But okay, so he's going to have now dead silence and blast suppressor.
We'll see. It's going to be first blood in favor of question mark here, as Wheats picked up classic.
And that's that's a very popular corner too, and you're gonna see him take out the trophy system now. Does anyone have any? Well, stuns are all banned. Nothing they could really use to try and push in here really effectively, unless you bank a grenade off this corner.
Well, it's a slow push over towards the A bomb site into Mansion.
Check it. You see him there. You got to get him, but they're going to trade it. One in the corner. Can you grab it? And Colchan just dismantles the side of Rise. Excellent play from him as he picks up 2. And he's right in front of you there, Octane. Not able to see him. Proofy going to take it up 1 round.
And it's odd. You know, they're set up for that Mansion play, and it's got 2 ARs, 2 SMGs set up. As soon as Classic goes down, that's almost impossible to do because he's your other SMG player. They have nobody to fly in there, combat the SMGs of question mark. It's going to be a good first round in their favor.
All right, here we go. Let's kick it over to the offense. Let's go with question mark here. 2-0 is Colchan. He was the big part of shutting down that push. I know they had the first blood, so they already had the advantage there. But Colchan locking it down top Mansion. Now there's going to be some sniper play. Oh, what kind of shot was that? Is Classic's like, I'm flying out mid. No, you're not.
Nope.
Colchan is here. What a shot that was.
Colchan is definitely here. It's going to be Looney taken out by Pac-Man. Pac-Man, Looney taking out Pac-Man. But
I thought for a second he might have waited 1 more second. He would have been able to hit that jump
He's
site.
going to be able to go all the way through bunker. Let's see how aggressive he gets over here. And remember, Overkill's banned, so he has a pistol in his back pocket. Doesn't have an SMG.
What is Wheats looking at right now? He's starting to push up, so he's going to need some help from Colchan eventually. He's going to challenge this. He's going to lose it. Colchan has got to try and get forward here and pick up a kill because they're down a man right now. Not able to hit that snipe. All of a sudden, Proofy's going to be by himself. He might be able to get 1. Shots a little all over the place, but he's able to get it. Gets a second, too. Those shots were fantastic, but Slack still going to catch him. It's going to be 1-1 here for Rise Nation versus question mark.
Proofy has put down some nice shots with the AR and the SMG. I'm a little bit confused why he's running sub so much. I think he's such a talented AR. They got to figure out a way to make that work for him. But you see Slack there loaded up with perks, just a VMP in his hand, 2 attachments. I'm going to tie this one up. I think on the side of Rise, if they're going to do this on offense and they're going to go over towards Mansion, they need another SMG.
Well, how many do they have right now? They have a Shiva and 1. I think Looney's now going to be using the VMP. Switched to an M8 late. Last time, I think Classic will have an M8. So Looney is going to probably be the first one. There's 1 right above him. It's dangerous to peek that corner. You should have Wheats looking over him. Or sorry, Octane looking over him. I thought he might have had an angle to see that. But Octane just watches his team collapse around him. The 2 spots that he could probably help from, which would be the opposite wall here and also top Mansion, it's just, I guess, poor timing. He wasn't able to see either of those players pushing, and they were able to pick off his teammates, and now he's stuck here in a 1v4.
Yeah, and he's going to go over towards bunker. Don't think it's going to work out.
Well, at this point, you start flying.
I mean, 4v1, you got to make something happen, and he's going to just work all the way around. He's going to get ripped by Colchan.
Hello, Colchan here again.
At least we get an awesome final kill cam, right?
Yeah, this should be nice. Just hopping over. Nice movement. Gonna check it. Oh, this is a snap. Nice shot there from Colchan. Whips it, able to hit it with the SVG. Excellent stuff there coming in from Colchan.
Talk a quick second. The SVG just sounds awesome.
It does.
When you fire a shot with it.
It's very powerful. It's not like one of those snipers that's just like...
It's very powerful.
It doesn't sound... You know what I mean, though? It doesn't sound like it just has that powerful blast to it. The SVG is terrifying.
Hold on. Let's
take the PO3 is like...
Oh, Octane just had an SVG Varric scope. Now,
I like the Varrics, actually. That's what I used to
like it to get my long shot challenges done.
But I actually used it for, I kept using it afterwards. I got so accustomed to it. When I switched to some of the other scopes, just playing pubs, I couldn't switch over.
The old age, the loss of eyesight.
Yeah, Varrics, I like to...
You like to zoom in as close as you possibly can to the opponent. But looks like bomb going to be worked up the middle of the map here. A little bit of a slower play. On offense, it's going to be Pac-Man challenging that guy behind the couch. It looks like a teammate actually flies in, attempting to trade that after, and it's going to be Wheats. He's going to jump right at
I want to give you guys an idea. I want to show you kind of the defense. You see this triangle you see? I'm going to hop to each of these players. So it's going to be, what, Slack, Looney. Let's go through them all. So you kind of see one player's trying to watch bottom middle from couch. The other typically is sitting behind this table. He's watching the front jump if they're able to come in or if they come through bedroom. And then typically you have someone bedroom or sitting back bar. So there's no one really back bar right now watching the wall run.
This player is kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
Right, he can play in this bedroom. You see he's going to pick up the kill on the bomb carrier. I don't know if he saw that player down to his right. He's going to be able to pick up the whole chance as well.
Slack. Can you get another one? Trying to wall back. He's flying. There's no chance he's not flying. There he goes. Able to clean him up with the hip fire. Slack picking up 3 there. Able to tie it up 2-2.
So
you just saw in his movement. He's like, I'm going,
the other spot he can play is in that back right corner watching wall run.
Yeah.
Which you're pretty much getting you're getting the same thing. Because if Octane gets pushed at that table, Slack's able to kind of go over there and trade it. Slack this time, you know, he's going to play in that bedroom. He gets a guy weak or whatever. Next thing he knows, Octane's going to be right there to pick up that kill at range. So those 2 spots interchangeable in a defensive setup.
Yeah, because that player playing at couch, you can kind of watch bottom middle, but you don't have a good enough angle to see if someone's jumping top base or top mansion. You have to have somebody able to watch the back.
Scope.
I like it. Varus can be nice. Slack is continuing his streak. He's on a 5 streak, 7-2.
Does he use camo to try to get in
you use camo. You got a 5 streak right now. Go in. You're playing amazing. It's a 4-2 advantage.
This is an easy round win, you would think.
Should be.
But I thought he probably could have used camo to push safely and maybe pick up another kill, get closer.
Well, he knows they're in the back because he's a side 2. Classic's able to get one. Colchan's by himself. Colchan's able to gun one with the pistol, take out Classic, but there's Slack.
Does Classic just bait himself right there to give an easy kill to Slack?
Well, let's check Slack. He's got to be getting close here, and look at this one. So
he's going to be 150 away.
You have perk 1 and perk 3 for him. So not only does he have overclock, he has Flakjack to deal with any grenades. He also has, you know, kind of the dynamic duo there of perk 3.
It's a class that I like to use that, but with Afterburner. I like that class to Afterburner. No flag.
No flag? Yeah, well, that's the most common one in S&D, is basically having those 4 perks, just the perk 3, where you're going to be doubling up. But let's go back to Slack, because I think he's on a 6 spree now. And look how close he is to getting full streaks. He just needs, you know, assist and kill assist, maybe destroy a trophy. And he's got this camo to deal with any pressure. I know we like to watch the offensive side of things. They're playing really slow. I mean, they've got to be aware Classic's close. They have to know. He's 8-2.
Yeah, and Octane's going to get on the board, pick up his first kill.
Now Slack's going to fly
of the game.
He can start to help his teammates there. He's going to be able to get 50 points away
just the
from
baiting and switching is just so perfect by this Rise team. This is where you really see. Yesterday, they didn't play very well at all. Let's see, Weeds pick up 1.
Oh, thankfully it wasn't Slacked at least, because he was very close. That's him. You can see him at the right part of the screen, I think.
This is the Rise team that you expected. And look at how often we go on the final kill cam. They're using overclock, all these guys.
Overclock's incredibly important. I mean, that was one of the, I guess you could say, complaints from the competitive community, the pro players early in Black Ops 3, is that you got stuff too fast or lasted too long. But the big thing was just that you got them a lot quickly, and there's been adjustments to that. Overclock wasn't really necessary when the game first came out. Now it absolutely is a big piece.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I don't have a problem with you getting it fast if it takes a point. If it takes a point, I'm okay with just about anything, right? I mean, it's taking something else away from your character.
All right, when it becomes a choice, a give or take, right?
Yeah, that's why stuff like
okay with it.
That's why stuff like even, you know, to some degree, high caliber or like rapid fire doesn't even really bother me all that much. I know we see it banned quite a bit.
Fantastic driving right there.
That's flying right for the head, but he's still 25 short. Is because when it comes down to it, for the most part, when you talk about rapid fire or high caliber, it's really cost you 2. Because you're always going to have to get primary gunfighter and able to put that on there as well.
I agree. As you see, Slack putting on an assist, getting that lightning strike. Now it's pretty much just going to cut this question mark team.
I got to stay with him because he hasn't died in 5 rounds.
It's going to cut this question mark team off from that B-bomb site. They're going to be forced to go into that mansion. And I would not be shocked if you see just a quick hit of mansion by the guys on Rise, because that's going to be pretty obvious. You know, question mark. It's going to be tough for them to come back. Next time they're on defense, I expect a quick hit.
Well, especially since Rise, especially since he's so close to. I didn't realize he got the lightning strike. So he's going to have the lightning strike. He's 25 off his Hellstorm, and they're flying at bunker. So it's going to fall on Colchan. He's going to have a lot of pressure here, and he just saw the camo go. He run away. He hits his camo actually. He might be able to catch one. He knows one wrapped behind 2. Pulls out the pistol. Tries to turn around. This is one incredible hold there by Colchan. That was filthy. You have camo. Guess what, pal? I do too.
That was sick.
No, that was awesome to watch. Incredible stuff there from Colchan.
He just made that look easy.
Well, you know, you saw it. The reason I switched to him right away is he was the one going to be dealing with the flood coming from him in bunker. And I was like, oh, God, run, run, run. You're in trouble. He pops that camo, does the opposite of what I just said.
If you're
just holds
you
it.
just keep – I would have maybe even just kept going. Like, don't even go back and challenge it. Let them just let Question Mark just turn around and try and track you down in the base. But
all right, Colchan.
It's a nice win right there by Colchan.
And Slacked, he does have the lightning strike. I don't know if we're going to see him use it. Now, how close to potentially – he's still got a way to go for a streak. He's getting pushed. He's going to have to back down here as Colchan. They're going to be on the defensive side of things. They've already got bomb pushed up. That's going to be planted then. He doesn't – does he have anyone looking over him? He does have someone watching top. That's going to be Looney, but Looney not able to pick up the kill.
Well, now the lightning strike comes into play. They get the bomb down at B with overdrive. They have to get slacked before they hop on bomb. Right?
And there's Pac-Man able to go in. Yeah, that's, I mean, but you have,
well,
it's just slacked.
There's one player on bomb for, yeah, but he can call us in, Maeve, and he's going to pick up.
There it comes, and they got to get out. Now, he's got to get over quickly, though. Looney's got to get over quickly. He's able to get one. He's going to stick it. Or, sorry, Slack has to get over quickly. He can see him. Slack's going to make the... Get out of there! And he did get it. He got it.
No,
I don't think there's enough time. No, and there's not enough time.
Nope.
He got it. Wow. He stopped shooting. I'm like, oh, God, he's not going to get it. And he's able to close it out, and they'll take game 2. That was, hey, I think he thought his first burst. He's like,
no, yeah.
Once he got the couple bursts in, he thought he had him killed. Now let's watch this. It's 1, 2, 3. Takes a 4th there to get it. Oh, and just barely gets over because he gets tagged up while he's shooting. His gun jumps a bit. That was really close to being the opposite of a clutch. If he doesn't get that, this one maybe goes the distance because that's just one of those like, oh, God, what did I do?
It's a cool play, though. They have overdrive. They get right up to that B-bomb site, put it down with some trophies. That was classic, carrying the bomb for Rise.
He goes back and see. He's the whole way back in their spawn.
Yep.
I mean, he was making a sandwich, camped, had a tent set up, just relaxing back there.
DT, that's the way you use streaks, DT.
That is exactly
that's
how
you
you
use streaks, DT.
No, that was the Slack show. He goes 12-4.
Octane had like no kills
too.
Like
Don't get me wrong, Colchan went 11-5. That play we saw.
Oh, that was sick.
Colchan had a couple of amazing snipes. We saw him deal with that pressure from bunker. That kind of camo versus camo play is very, very cool. Usually, if it's me and I see a player hit camo, I'm out. No, I'm leaving. You don't get the auto aim, I'm done. No,
yeah.
But he had it as well, able to kind of counter the camo. Excellent stuff, but Slacked and Rise proved to be too much.
Oh, Slack just absolutely crushed it. What was his streak? I think it went on like a 5 streak.
I can't remember what he ended up
we can take a look
to,
at the rest of the scores, but the real 2 notable ones, Slacked at 12-4, Colchan 11-5. Those 2 guys for their respective teams played out of their minds. Classic 3-8, didn't have a great game. 2 bomb plants to his name. Now the side of Question Mark. This one's I don't think it's looking good for them, Maeve.
No, they had a couple rounds where they looked strong, but mostly for me that was just, you know, we saw Colchan coming up big. This was a ridiculous snipe. That's incredible. Like, that's a fantastic snipe. Look at he's dropping. You don't even see him on your screen. He shot a leaf. He's headshot a leaf. Good job by Colchan there, and this is where you see Slack, I think, really start to warm up at this point.
He's on a 2 streak at this point. This is where you start to see these, and then he...
No, that's why he challenges there, flies out. This is the
next round,
the headshot, basically. And here we have Colchan's ridiculous play. Grabs one. This is the camo guy behind him that's burned at this point. Nice shots there with the RK5 to close that one out. And then we end with Slack clutching it. You know, you get the lightning strike. He's able to shoot kind of, I don't even know what he's hitting at that point with the player laying there prone.
Yeah, just
but
his feet.
Big clutch by Slack. Now we're going to be transitioning over to an uplink. We're going to be going over to Fringe. I mean, this one Rise has an edge as much, if not more than any of the other ones, I got to think.
No, I think uplink is one of the game modes that takes the most teamwork.
Sure.
Out of anything, in a team that comes in under practice, under prepared, like Question Mark, I think this is going to be a game that they struggle in.
They could steal a game maybe, but Rise is looking too strong right now.
This is a team that's been playing since the beginning of Black Ops 3 together.
Certainly have.
They obviously have their ban and protect phase down. They have some good strategies in game. I expect them to take this one. I think once Question Mark gets some more, games underneath their belt together, I think they'll start to put things, into a more solid form, just looking better as a team. Because, some of the plays we've seen, some, Proofy, Pac-Man, Colchan, like individual plays have just been great. It's just they gotta get it all together as a team.
Could not agree more. And Rise just proving why they, for us, are one of the top teams and how they were able to take that first event and kind of carry this momentum really through the qualifier, through the start to the CWL. I know they're just looking to get to a 1-1 start because of that crazy matchup with FaZe yesterday. But
that's like a marquee matchup, though. That's like
Yeah, that's one that could go. We picked Rise, but it's one that could certainly go either way.
Oh, without doubt.
But this one, Fringe Uplink, definitely going to be a tough one for Question Mark. We'll look for Rise really to get rolling here. I know we've asked this question a couple times now, but going into an Uplink, is there anything we think that potentially Question Mark could do, ban protect wise, to kind of mix things up?
It's hard. I mean, you know, Octane's so good with all the ARs. You go after the ARs, pretty much just hurts your team.
Yeah.
It hurts Pac-Man, it hurts Proofy if he decides to pull out an AR. They're so good with the M8. You target some of the subs. Just saw what happened game 1 in the hard point with the Pharaoh.
Protect rapid fire, you protect the Pharaoh. I mean, and I've seen Classic be dominant without rapid fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, what do? You ban the Pharaoh, ban rapid fire, then they're just gonna keep the Vesper in or something like that.
Absolutely.
So this is why this Rise team is so hard to deal with in the pre-match phase.
Could not agree more, but let's take a look here at the ban protect as we get things going early on. What's going to be first up? Shocker. Surprise, surprise. It's going to be the Vesper. But you do see active camo coming out. Now, who is actually going to ban that right away? That's going to be Pac-Man. Why do you think we see an early ban there of camo by Pac-Man?
Because we've seen how successful it's been over the last few uplink games we've seen. Active camo's definitely been a force in this one.
Certainly has been. Especially, I mean, what was it earlier? What was the player that got, I mean, all 3 of their dunks came from his camo? Happy. 3 dunks, that's all 6 of their points, all coming with camo, just pushing towards Grandma's, really using it very effectively. And sorry, I'll keep cycling here. Classic, going to take out High Caliber. Shiva, banned by Colchan. You'll see back-to-back. Both of these going to go, and it's been either both teams doing it, one team taking him out, but you haven't seen concussion or flashbang surviving
Once you get rid of one, you might as well get rid of the other. And
True.
Octane gonna make us wait for this last
right?
one, and he's not gonna ban anything.
Okay, all right. Decided he didn't want to take anything out, so this will be kind of your, you know, it's gonna be pretty much M8s around for the most part. I think we're gonna be quite a bit of play here with the M8. Did we see the VMP survive, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be, VMP, M8. That's kind of your most standard
Maybe
subs,
the CUDA.
I'd say.
Maybe the CUDA on this one.
Does anyone start to use the CUDA instead of the VMP? Have we seen much of that? Most of the time, I think it's when VMP is banned. But
yeah, there's a few players who I've seen have used the CUDA.
When does it get to the point, and that's what I'm curious about, those kind of transitions, when does it get to the point where you're using the CUDA so consistently in play because the VMP is banned?
You're better with the CUDA than you were with the VMP.
That the CUDA becomes what you'd rather use. I mean,
Right.
I wonder how that...
to see the CUDA ban.
There has to be, there has to be some kind of a evolution, you would think, kind of the ban protect, where we're using this every game. Like, what the hell? We might as well just use the darn thing all the time.
But you might as well just ban it at that point.
Yeah, I guess you start banning the CUDA instead of the VMP. We'll see if that might be something down the road. But anything stand out for you here?
Question Mark going to go 2 and 2 in terms of weapons and abilities. They're going to have an overdrive and kinetic. Colchan running overdrive. Wheat's running kinetic. They're going to have Proofy with a scythe, Pack with an annihilator. And then the side of Rise, you're going to have Heatwave, kinetic, and overdrive. 3 abilities. The only weapon going to be in the hands of Octane running that scythe, trying to trap players back alley, trap players over by auto, trying to force them going through tin. You can do some damage with the scythe.
Hey, we're getting close to the end of the night. Obviously, this series is not over, but it is a 2-0 early lead for Rise, and they've been looking pretty dominant in this one. So I just want to, before I forget at the end of the night, because I can be very forgetful at my age, I want to get your guys' thoughts. You know, we've been interacting with you guys on social media through Twitter. Want to hear your thoughts on the progress here of CWL Day 2. I just really want to know who has been your most impressive player through Day 2. This is a tough one. We've had a lot of fantastic performances. But use the hashtag CWL PS4 at the COD World League. Let them know who you think the top player's been. Yeah, who's been the top player today for you? Answer the question.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I want to see how the series finishes.
I mean, I know they get a loss with Elevate, but is Nagafin's got to be up there, right?
Yeah, he's got to.
Nagafin had. I mean, who? All right. So Nagafin is definitely the player you pick from Elevate. If you had to pick one player from Optic Gaming, who could you pick? I couldn't. I have no idea.
Krim
played great in some games. Scump played great in some games. Karma had some games he went off. Fulmo went off. I don't know who I would pick as being the most outstanding player.
Krim had a sick uplink, from what I remember.
God, they all blend together at this point.
Right, they all kind of.
But I know, I think in my head it's just it's Nagafin kind of Nagafin standing out the most to me. Goon had some top performances. It's hard to pick someone that takes a W, or takes an L, but I think I would have to go Nagafin, honestly. Dude, that play alone, I know you can't go off one play, but that play in Redwood where he goes underneath, wraps back up so quickly, and just guns 3 in the back. If he would have got all 4 there, Like, 3 is absurd. If he
That's
got all
tough.
4, that would have been one of the
trying
best plays I've ever
I'm
seen.
just trying to think back of the matches we've seen. Anyone in the CLG versus H2K series?
No, but no one that stands out to me as much as Nagafin. And maybe that's because that Optic versus Elevate series was so
Crazy,
wild, wacky, crazy.
I can't even tell you who did anything on the CTF. I can't even remember.
Everyone. It was just insane. Like, I feel like everyone had a big play at some point, just going huge for their team.
Crim and Scump had a good uplink. I believe they both finished the S&D really well at the end.
Apathy actually probably had some of the biggest plays I can think of in the CTF, though, to be honest with you. I know I referred to him as Super Sub about 15 times. But let's hop in. It's uplink time. Do or die here for question mark. Can they battle back, or is this going to be a quick sweep? We already saw a reverse sweep earlier with H2K as they bounce back from being down 0-2. Could potentially question mark do the same.
This is why it's awesome watching Rise. If you cycle through the players, you had an ICR on Octane, you had an M8 on Slack, and then you got an HVK at a Classic. Just 3 different ARs, different positions. They can definitely... It's interesting because you're used to a player in one position with a certain type of gun, and you have a certain type of gun in your hand. You know if you can win the gunfight or not. When you have these multiple looks, the multiple guns of the different players, you don't know who's there, and you don't know what to expect gun-wise. You don't know if you can challenge or not. It just makes you play on your heels a little bit more.
Could not agree more. That level, you know, just
but
the
there are fights
you'll
challenge with an M8 up close if you know the other guy has an M8. With 2 guys running an HVK, one running an HVK, the other running an ICR, those are not close-range engagements that an M8 probably wins, and it just throws off your thinking a little bit.
No, I mean, the HVK is the closest thing you have to a sub when you're talking about the rifles. He really is kind of that hybrid weapon. You're going to see the first dunk coming through. No surprise. Going to be for Rise right now. Slacked going to dunk one home. He's 4-1. He's going to be working towards streaks if he can just pick up a couple more kills, but not able to get on the board. Classic, the only one right now that just hasn't been able to get a kill yet. And honestly, I mean, he hasn't been playing poorly, but kind of had a slower start than I've expected him to in the league. He's had a couple of games where he's gone off, a couple of games where he's been a little bit inconsistent. Still one of the top players in the league for me for sure, and that's going to be the drone getting away from them right now. It's going to be Colchan. He may have a 1-point toss, but nope, sorry, waiting at home is going to be Classic. His first kill is going to be shutting down a push here. Coming.
When we talk about important kills, just regular kills versus important kills, is, you know, he picks up that 1 kill, but it's huge on the defensive end. As you see, the drone still in the Rise base. They're going to toss that one out, but now they need to pick up these kills, start pushing out towards that mid-map. The more, could Looney actually win this gunfight mid-street and then just use overdrive? Yeah,
I was saying just go. I thought he should have just gone right away before this player even got it set up here. Now, I would just hit it, boosted, it's time. Yep, let's go, get across L. He got it. Now wraps around behind Grandma's perfect play. This should be an easy dunk as long as he can get through quickly. Oh, God, the ramp up the wall for a second I thought might cost him, but he uses that momentum, able to wrap it back. 4-0 lead for Rise Station.
And that is why you see overdrive gone in uplink a lot of the times, because you know, the Looney wins that one gunfight, gets towards mid-map, that's 2-point plays. The Octane with some fantastic shots through the wall right there. This Rise team is really starting to click Maven. I think they're a little bit bummed they lost that match to FaZe yesterday. FaZe, a very talented team, but you can see that they're taking it out on question mark a little bit.
Yeah, this one's getting away from question mark very early. The MR6 up, doing dirty things. Unfortunately, this side of the question mark now. Looney's going to have it back in his hands. He can pass it forward if he wants. Here it comes. That's we Octane dropping down.
Streaks.
He's going to be going in. Octane's got to be getting close. He's 50 points off of his Lightning. He should get it right here. Oh, no. I was thinking that's at least an assist, right? But his teammates drop at the same time right around him. Going to be so close to streaks.
And they have complete control of this game. We've seen nothing from question mark here in the first half, at least. They did a nice job pushing into the base, getting some control for a little bit, just have not been able to convert that into some points. After Looney goes with the overdrive in mid-map, gets the score, really it just started to open up the floodgates.
It really has. You see a couple players going to be pushing question mark from question mark down this track side. Haven't really been able to get anything done. They've got it in the base a couple times. You saw Colchan try to use an overdrive, see if he could get forward. Didn't end up being nearly as effective as Looney's use earlier. And that's one of those things, you know, if you know you have a couple players being aggressive, a couple players pushing your base, if you're mid-map like that, I mean, that's a perfect play by Looney. You get the calls from your teammate, you know it's safe to get going, climbs on his horse, gets forward.
And you're going to see the drone played for yards, so Octane can start slaying out in the question mark base, trying to get another point on the board. At least you see Slack fighting one mid-map. He's going to be able to take out 2. Another one, Z.
That's a
that's
wacky
crazy challenge right there.
But
see Looney
this whole time, hey guys.
hey guys, drone's still in the back of your base. Guess what? I'm gonna take it.
Able to get one. You saw Octane really kind of teasing, just slowing down several players mid-map. Sorry, it was what Classic, I guess, that allowed that potential score from Slack to come in. And with 25 seconds left, I mean, I don't even know if you need to use kinetic armor here, but he's going to go ahead and prompt to use it, just get a couple of kills. And I was going to say, maybe it's because
you might as well use it now and then get it again in the second half. And you see drone being pushed up by Rise, and doesn't look like it's going to result in points, as it's going to go back to the middle of the map. And this one, a dominant first half by Rise Nation. Currently sitting up 9-0.
Yeah, I think 9-0, pretty much the definition of domination when you're talking one half here of Uplink. Incredible stuff from Rise. Can they close it out? Sin question mark packing. It is the final match. I don't even know. What time is it? I have no idea.
9:30.
Oh, that's not bad. Well, I guess we had some shorter games after the crazy best of fives earlier. We're starting to wind down.
9:30 on the left coast.
The left coast.
Yep.
I like that.
You look at a map.
It's to the left.
To the left.
Thank you for teaching me.
No problem.
Left and right. I appreciate that, man. All right, let's get into it here. See if Rise Nation can close it out. Again, you know, it's definitely not over, but as dominant as they looked, you got to think, is this one of those times where a team maybe gives up a little bit? They're just getting hammered. They're down 2-0. Don't feel like they can come back. We'll see if we can see some life here out of question mark in the second side. Maybe at least give themselves a chance.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need a great break. You see Looney coming behind 2, not able to pick up anybody, so now it's going to be 3 dead for Rise. You see one player all the way in the back of the base for Rise Nation. It's going to be Classic. Wheat's trying to get off a 1-point throw. He's going to miss it. Those are ones you got to knock down.
I was about to say, I mean, nice choice. They're going for 1. He might not have been able to get for 2.
You got to put that one home.
And just not, that one hits the back of the rim, basically. Can't put it through. And they're just playing time right now. I mean, you don't need to do a whole lot if you're Rise. Just hold mid-map, trade kills. You don't even need to really try to score at this point. I'm sure we're going to see them start to get aggressive, especially with 3 down right now.
Yeah, and look at Wheats. He's coming all the way from tracks. The drone going to get tossed for base score.
That's one of the first times I think I've seen it tossed over a barn like that. I'll have to take a look at that front.
Yeah, but that's a nice
I got to him a
angle.
little bit late. No, that definitely is a nice angle. See if they go for it again. Can he hit it again?
There's
so we see it from that point of view.
Yeah.
I need to see this toss. Hold up. I'm going to switch over. Who's the one doing it?
Like,
Is
hold
it going
up.
to be Classic this time? Or let's watch Classic. Oh, so it's off this wall. Nope, now they're going to pass it. Come on, man. Did you guys know I was going to switch over and try to watch?
Yeah, this is a dunk contest right now.
Yeah, this is like watching.
You see the scythe coming out from
an NBA All-Star game,
and he is
very
just
little
killing
defense.
everyone with the scythe in the back alley. This, you know, if you're question mark, maybe start to rotate back towards the middle of the map.
Oh God, Looney's just
maybe just do anything other than what you're doing right now.
Set up camp in the back of the base.
We got a Wraith coming out now.
That's painful.
Man, this ain't good.
No, this one's going to be ended pretty quickly here. There's another 1-point toss coming over. Again, I missed the toss.
We have full streaks from like everyone.
Oh, that was a hard 90 seconds to watch there.
Question mark wins this. They should just win the series. They should
Looney's just wrapping around. Got the boost, going through. Yes. There's another dunk. It's 18. They put him 9.
We talked
9 in 2 minutes, buddy.
This game mode is very teamwork reliant. And I know question mark right now, just not on the same page when it comes to strategy and just what they want to do on Uplink. You see the guys on Rise, they know exactly what to do and when. You see the kill streak starting to come in. You get Octane with a lightning strike. We see a toss coming in from Looney. He's gonna Classic, he's gonna miss that one. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's the toss there off the wall run. It looks like they aim basically right at the
time
peak of barn.
Yep, he's gonna have enough time to go grab the drone, put in another 2. No, right now.
What's the record for uplink points?
I don't know. We're sitting at 20-0 with 2 minutes to go. Drone still in possession of.
There's another. I'm not even going to him. They're scoring too fast. I'm not even bothering switching at this point.
Yeah,
they're spawning 22. Back alley. There's just not a lot they can do here.
Do we see 30?
I don't know.
Did Octane use his Wraith yet?
Can they score it all? No. This is a chance.
Let's go.
Can they put points on the board? Wait, you can do it. There's 1-point toss. Yes.
All right, they're down 21.
They got a chance now, right? Is this the comeback? Is this the comeback? Incredible stuff.
They would need a lot of things to go in their
favor.
1
on the board. Oh my! I'm sorry. You know, I love the guys on question mark, but this is a tough one. Yeah. It's tough to take it too seriously or get hyped over the final minute. It's just 22 to 1
streak at this moment in time.
There goes another. Where's the dunk? There it is.
Yeah. And, you know, I think this.
Oh no. Oh.
If there's a if there's a, I guess, wake-up call that you guys should start practicing a little more, it's a little bit in this one. And question mark, they've played pretty well in the other game modes. It's just this one, it's just a game mode that
they're sniper rifles and uplink now.
You know, Rise is pretty good at it. You know, it's definitely gone in their favor.
Eventually he's gonna hit it. Is he gonna hit it? No, he should.
What is going on? I think it's over. And I think question mark, they go back, rework some of their uplink strats.
Oh, this is an interesting way to end the evening.
Yeah, right? I didn't expect this.
Oh, look at the
Oh! We caught it at least!
Oh! Oh, what did Cold Chain just do?
That was like a 360.
Oh, what did Cold FaZe Cold Chain.
We have to get that from his perspective.
Oh, yes, please.
We got to go to theater and clip that out. That is unbelievable. That was like a 360 off the wall, just blank classic from behind that rock.
I know I'm getting tired. I'm just full of giggles right now. But unbelievable stuff. Second starting to wind down. Cold Chan. All right, well, you show us a little life. And are they going to break? Oh, it's 30. That's 30 points. That's 30 points to 1. That's 30 to 1.
Well, question mark's not that good at that point.
They have some work to do. There's some work to do here for the side of question mark, I think.
Yeah.
That's one of the more brutal losses we've seen in uplink, and
yeah, it's tough because they've openly admitted, like on Twitter and stuff, that they have not practices.
That's more of you know, I said right before that second half, well, before the game started, I think I was like, you know, they kind of give up at this point. They're down 2 games, final match of the night, it's late. Are they gonna try and put in a big effort?
You get trapped back alley.
31 doesn't show. 30 to 1 doesn't show a big effort.
I mean, no, that doesn't show effort at all. I mean,
I do want to see.
This is one that those guys have to be pretty angry. I mean, these are guys that are.
Cold Chan feels good. Do you see that snipe?
Just 30
Seriously?
to 1, man.
Oh man, he's recording that. He's making a montage.
These guys
of that
like Pack and Weed some proof. Like they're prideful guys. Like they don't want to lose like that. If there's any wake up call that they need to get on the same page and start practicing, it's that. Like if you can't like get on the same page and work things out, whether it's like chemistry issues, you guys don't get along, whatever. If you can't work things out after a loss like that, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's one that they can go back to the drawing board because, you know, their S&D game wasn't bad.
Yeah.
No, we saw some nice things from. We saw flashes in Hardpoint. Like they were good through the first half of the game. That one just seems like the wheels fell off.
Now the final match is in for day 2. I'd like to take a look kind of at the standings that we're going to have right now as we got through the first week. Week 1, CWL, well, really for all regions now is done. Yeah. We're the final ones to go. So the 4 teams that are going to be 2-0 is going to be Envy, FaZe, H2K, and Optic. Our top 4 teams that I had really in our head before was just be Rise Nation up there. You know, losing to FaZe kind of shakes things up a bit. Great start from H2K. The other things that stand out for me really right now is going to be Elevate and Complexity. I know Elevate had to deal with a forfeit. There were some internet issues for them.
There are some pretty good teams at 0-2, though.
Yeah, for me, I mean, Elevate and Complexity really stand out.
Elevate's not an 0-2 team. You know, neither
they'll be fine.
Cole. I don't think they'll have much trouble, you know, putting things back together. And, you know, question mark, they get a win yesterday. This is only their first loss. So as bad as they did play in that uplink and, you know, they lose that Series 3-0, still 1-1.
True.
I mean, worse things could happen.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if you lose 30-1 or you lose 2-1,
it doesn't matter.
A loss.
It's still a loss.
Is it a wake-up call? Maybe a little bit more sure. But when it goes down to the standings, loss is a loss. Right. Not really much difference between a 3-0 or a 3-2 in a series, or losing 30-1 in an uplink, or losing 1-0 in an uplink. Ultimately, it's a loss map. It's a loss series. But let's take a look at the schedule we're going to be coming to you with next week. Obviously, no more CWL action till next Tuesday and Wednesday. But Tuesday, kicking things off, January 19th, it's going to be a monster matchup to kick off Tuesday. FaZe Clan going up against Envious, and you'll see the rest of the matches coming out through the night. Is there any Rise Nation? Optic is ridiculous. Actually, all of those matchups are sick.
Yeah.
Every single one of those could go Koge 5.
I mean, that first one, it's a battle of the undefeated teams. You had H2K trying to keep that undefeated
all of those could go the distance. Everyone.
And then Cole DT, both those teams without a win.
That's a big one, yeah.
0-3 potential star for one of those guys.
Not
it's a
team
huge
you
match
expect
at the end of the day as well.
Expect to be on
Rise versus Optic's going to be nutty.
But for Matt and I, hey, thank you guys for watching. Week 1 was phenomenal. We've had so many Game 5s, round 11s, 2-hour series, back and forth battles. It's been amazing to share this with you guys. And for all the regions, we do have a recap tomorrow. It's going to be Thursday. I believe we're going to be going live at 6 Eastern. We're going to bring you some highlights, bring you breakdown standings, talk you through all the regions, because I know some of you weren't able to watch North America. You weren't able to maybe watch the other regions. We want to break it all down for you. We can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Be ready, 6 Eastern. We'll see you there.